in today's tutorial, we are going to begin decorating the cover of the album using the Morning in Provence collection. So to get started, I have my cover here. I have marked in the center on the edge, on the front and the back covers. I'm going to place my ribbon closure first. So from my graphic 45 trim, I've taken the middle one on the trim panel. It's the larger one, and I've cut two 12.5-inch strips. And I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac here and adhere my ribbon just about 1/2 inch to the edge on the front and on the back cover. Now I like to use Fabri-Tac for my ribbons, but if you have something else that you prefer to use, you can go ahead and use that. So I'm just going to make sure that that end is stuck down into my ribbon or into my adhesive. And I'll do the same thing over here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to double mat my front cover. So I have from my darker purple solid paper, my cardstock, I've cut two pieces. These measure 9 5/8 by 7 5/8. I'm going to adhere one here to the center on the front cover and one here on the center of the back cover. So there's this nice small border around it. Then for the spine, I've cut another piece. This is just a little bit less than 2.5 by 7 5/8. And it's going to go right here on my spine section. So I'm going to adhere these and then I'll come back and show you the decorative papers. This is the 12 by 12 paper that I'm going to be using for my front cover and spine piece. So it looks like this. The first thing I did was I just cut across here. So this piece measures 7.5 inches. Then I've cut this to 9.5 inches, leaving a 2.5 inch piece. This piece is going to go here on my front cover. I did trim this spine piece down a little bit so that it is probably a little bit closer to 2 3/8. So this is 2 3/8 by 7.5 so that I can see that darker purple border around it. Now I also did slightly trim a little tiny bit off of the side and top of my front cover piece as well, just so that I can see a little bit more of that darker purple border. You don't have to do that if you want that really thin border though. Then for the back cover, I have taken this 12 by 12 paper. And on this one, again, it is 9.5 by 7.5, just slightly less actually than 9.5 by 7.5. And I'm going to be placing this one here on my back cover. Once I have my papers on, I'm going to go ahead and fold this up. I'm just going to take a punch to set underneath of here so that I have a level surface. For me, it's easier to design like this when I'm adding layers and elements on. If you want to keep yours flat, you can, but I'm going to place mine like this. Now I have a 2 inch by 7 1/4 inch piece of chipboard, and I have a 2 inch by 7 1/4 inch piece of that darker purple paper. I'm going to adhere these together just on top of each other. And then I have this, which I cut from this 12 by 12 paper here. And I am going to be placing this, once I have the chipboard and the purple paper layered together, I'm going to place this in the center. Then I'm going to fussy cut around these corners so that they have that nice scalloped look. But it's going to be done once it's on the chipboard, so I'm basically making a chipboard piece out of this. Once I have my piece made, I'm going to go ahead and apply my adhesive to the back side of it. I'm going to put this at the top of my album in the center, about an inch from that top edge. So I'm going to make sure that this has plenty of adhesive. And then I've already marked this so I know where to place mine. I'm just going to place this here like this, and then press this down. Then I'm going to layer up some of my flowers and other embellishments. So I have this light purple flower. I'm going to be placing it on top of my chipboard piece I've made. And then I have this from the chipboard pieces that are available to purchase in my shop. And I'm going to place those like this. And then this I pulled off of one of the other pieces from the flower assortment. And I'm going to place this here like that. So I'm going to adhere these down, then we're going to come down here and layer some things. Next, I'm going to take the fence piece from my chipboard set. I have another one of my flowers. And I have the other spray of lavender from my chipboard set as well. I'm going to layer these down here. I've got one of my smaller flowers, and then the other spray that was on this. I'm going to layer these up in the corner like this. And then from the fussy cut sheet, it was this fussy cut sheet here. I have this bicycle that I've cut, and I've cut this one because the bike is going this way. All the other ones are going the opposite direction. And I'm going to adhere this down here. When I adhere this down, I'm going to adhere over that fence, and then I'm going to leave these ends of my flowers from the basket sticking up, so it gives a little bit of dimension. And then from that same fussy cutting sheet, I've cut the butterfly, and I'm going to attach that butterfly right on top of this one. I know it's not the same size, but that's okay. And then from the fussy cut sheet, this might be from the fussy, oh, this is actually from the 12 by 12 fussy cut sheet. So the large fussy cut sheet, that's where this is from. And then this is from the fussy cutting papers. And I'm going to place this one just up here. So I'm going to adhere all these down, and then I'll come back and show you what it looks like. So now that I have all of my flowers and my embellishments down, you can see that I have a little bit of dimension from my butterflies and from the flowers in the basket, in addition to my flowers and my chipboard pieces. This is all I am going to put on my front cover. If you want to add more, obviously you can. You can put more butterflies, or you can put more flowers, more fussy cut pieces, but I'm going to leave mine like this. And that is it for this tutorial. Now we will decorate the inside cover when we place the pages in. I like to do that all together at the end so that I know if I have some room, I can add some additional things, or if I just need to leave them flat. In the next tutorial, we will go on and start decorating the pages. And remember, if you're just joining the tutorial series, go ahead and click on the links in the description box below where you can purchase all the papers, the flowers, and the chipboard pieces if you want to follow along. I'll see you in the next tutorial.